All right. Hello and welcome. If you guys are just joining or if you're returning, I am Jeremy Marquez with Power Prospecting by J Marketing. We did a little of a stream earlier for about 20 minutes, and then on the repost, realized that we had an audio issue. So, full disclaimer, I'm currently operating as a one-man army. So, if you're a video guy and you like what I'm doing and you want to collaborate, hit me up afterwards. I could use some help on that side, preferably working with somebody locally that can be hanging out when I'm doing podcasts and streaming and stuff like that. With that being said, when it comes to the technology stuff, potentially will make some mistakes. The goal here is to be able to bring you guys as much information as possible around sales and marketing that I have based off of experience. I'm not one of those guys that's going to get out of my lane. I've learned over the years that having a niche and staying within it and then maximizing the ability to do what you can with those skill sets in that niche, that's what I've done my whole life. So the power of collaboration is key when it comes to doing stuff outside of just the normal what a solo entrepreneur is able to do. So with that being said, Power Prospecting is a program that's built to help you up your sales and marketing game, specifically using the phone or the dialer system to reach out to people directly to create relationships in your business. And in this live session, what I'm going to do is a screen share here shortly, and we're going to go through an overview of PropStream, the data platform that I'm currently using. Going to do a data pull and then skip trace, show you guys how that all works within the platform, and then make some calls. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. And as I see it, I'll try to field it, but we probably will open up for Q&A through periods. It's kind of going to be what I'm going to do is a screen share and then show you guys a few things within PropStream. I did drop a link in the description. And full disclaimer, sometimes when I put links out there, it's stuff only that I'm using in my business. And if you do sign up, I will get some sort of incentive. That's a good way to support the channel. I will, during this presentation, allude to a few open seats. Well, 7, maybe 8 open seats that I have in the Power Prospecting program. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can get on my calendar. And there's a link for that as well. And part of these live streams and different things that I cover, showing you stuff that I do within the process and system that I've developed over my whole life, but more specifically in this niche since 2016. Now, it's key with any process and system to be able to make it repeatable. It's already proven from 2016 to 2020, late 2020, I ran a full service ISA marketing service, utilizing this service nationwide for realtors and agents, brokers nationwide. Currently working on other stuff within the industry, but this program is designed to meet you where you are in your business currently and help you get to where you want to be when it comes to direct marketing, direct sales, specifically cold calling, door knocking, and other funnels and automation that comes with that. Part of the program is an AI sales agent platform that we're integrating into this as well. So there's different levels of what I'm going to be offering within Power Prospecting from some of you guys that are already have a team out there. Maybe you have a sales director that you want me to consult with. Maybe you're a solo realtor and you're just getting started with your cold calling. Maybe you've made a few calls, but you could really use some help with somebody to work with one-on-one to do some role play and then do some shadowing when you're calling. That's what the program is designed to do on various levels. I'm available. Now, some of you guys are going to want to hire us to come in with our AI sales agents to make calls. Some of you guys are going to want to hire us to help you build a team of virtual assistants to be doing calls for you. Some of you guys are going to want us to come in want me to come in and train your current VA, your current ISA. Maybe you're going to want me to come in and talk to your team. All of that's on the table. Okay. The previous videos I've done over the years, we were doing more one-on-one stuff here online, which is what we're still going to do. So if you're a realtor, if you're an investor, if you're a finance professional, if you're an assistant to one of those and your role on the team is outbound, whether you're just getting started, you're putting that all together, whatever your role is in that sales cycle, there's something here for you. Now, when I mean stay in my lane, this is what I've been doing since the late 90s, 1998. I've worked within many companies, and in 2016, I started my own, and then doing various things in the entrepreneurial world. But I do have a passion because of some of the results we had before of helping people get from where they are to where they want to be with the skill set that I've mastered over the years. But again, being able to just key in on some of the stuff that I've done, and I feel that I've had what's really been the keys to successes, and bringing it all to the table here to you guys here live on various platforms. There is a link to our link tree where you'll find a group called Cold Calling Isn't Dead. I have over 500 members in there, going on 600 sales professionals nationwide. Sometimes it gets a little spammy. We do what we can to keep it moderated, but for the most part, it's a group of people from around the world that do what we do. So with that being said, give me a moment. Let me do a quick screen share here, and we'll jump into Porpwire. I did say prop stream earlier. I meant Porpwire. Okay. This is Porpwire. You guys are tuning in because there were a few viewers in here. Go ahead and drop a market wherever you are, and I'm going to pull some data in your market and talk around that. And if nobody chimes in the next 30 seconds or so, I will just select a market. Let me just check the streams real quick, and then I'll give you guys a second to chime in. I'm just going to share the stream a few places. Give me one moment. It's like we're all good. I'm using StreamYard for the first time. I do like it because we can go out to different. I'm currently streaming on 2 different Facebook groups and then my Twitch account. So that's nice. And it also records. So it's good to go for now. And then when we do our one-on-one call sessions, I can bring you guys right on here. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see an example of how that training looks, which is a main component of the training. Okay. Main component of the program. When we work together and we meet together, we'll be in an environment kind of just like this. And I'll have you make some calls. We'll talk about it in between. I'll make some calls, and then, as we progress and you start to have results, we'll work through that stuff and see it through all the way to close deals, right? That's the idea. So if you're brand new, let's say, you just got your license, or let's say you're just learning about wholesaling, or even if you have already gotten started and, you're just not quite seeing the results you would like to see, or maybe you're getting some results, but you want to up it, right? We can come in and I'll work with you one-on-one on a weekly basis, and we'll put that on calendar consistently. And I'll be having you guys have a curriculum throughout the week. I have a private group. It's a full program that we're putting together with various levels of offerings to go with it. And what I'm doing here is just, showing you some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing within the program. And if you guys have questions, feel free to drop it. Looks like we might have one here. Yeah, it's not a bother, but you're going to have to just reach out to the email. This is not what this stream is for, but thank you for tuning in. Miss Leinderst, Mr. or Mrs. Leinderst. If you're watching this, you should figure out how to be able to send me a message. But other than that, that's all I got for you right now. But thank you for tuning in. With that being said, let's get back over here. And so this is Porpwire. So nobody chimed in with I thought that guy was going to chime in with the market, but he chimed in with the spam. That's funny. Let me check the stream. I think I took myself out of it. Give me one moment. I don't really need to be in it, but I want to make sure that the audio is still running because that last stream we had no audio. All right, we should be good. So the good thing about Porpwire is there is no monthly fee. And again, I did drop the link to check that out. We're going to go ahead and choose a state, a market I'm currently not in. But this process and system that I'm going to show you, it's proven, it's repeatable no matter where you are. And, when you're pulling data, a lot of times, you get out of your trainings and you hear people talking about expireds and for sale by owners and a lot of hot buzzwords. And, all those are great. But you also have to remember that, there's a lot of competition calling expired listings. And that's fine. I have no problem calling that. But when you're brand new, you also want to give yourself an opportunity to get into some conversations. So we're going to start there and just see if we can get into do a basic search. And then I'll also show you in later videos, and there's some on my YouTube channel of more filtered searches. But the point of this live stream here is to show you a quick run through the platform, but more so to make a couple of calls. And if you have any questions, specifically in regards to the program and how it can help you, not necessarily how your program can help me, chime in. Otherwise, I'll just continue on. Give me a second here. We're going to go ahead and choose a town in the middle of the country. Little old Omaha, Nebraska. So if you guys are out in Nebraska, this is your lucky day. Or if you're a buyer out there, this might be your lucky day. So if we come up with deals, we're going to do a deal. That's part of what this is, stream is. If I get a motivated seller, I'm going to take it all the way through, whether it's going to be something that's perfect for a fix and flip or a buy and hold, or if it's better to bring a realtor partner in to list it. So for some of you guys that know or don't know, even though I talk quite a bit about the real estate world, I'm not necessarily talking about retail. I have worked with realtors and brokers. I'm not a licensed agent. My partners are. But what I'm doing here is sourcing opportunities. Now, if it makes more sense for us to buy it and flip the property, we will. If it makes more sense for us to partner with a realtor and get it listed before or after, we will. Just the name of the game here is showing you guys how we're utilizing this platform to find motivated sellers and then get them on the phone and convert them. All right. So what we're going to do is look at some adjustables. Just go to lead type there, and it gives all these different beautiful lead types already preset for you. It makes it nice and easy. So we can select the adjustable rate mortgages. What I want to do is I want to select owner filters because I want to find these adjustables of people that bought potentially during COVID. So they got like a 2-1 buy down or a 3 over 40, and it's coming to mature, but they still have that nice lower rate. There might be an opportunity to do like a subject to potentially seller finance on it. So let's just see what comes up. And that's how creative you can get with these lists over here. 2 years, 4 years. I want to get somebody that has a couple of properties because it tells me that they could potentially be somebody who knows a little bit more about property. Maybe we can get into a conversation that is a little bit makes more sense. Let's go ahead and pull up multifamily, 2 to 4 unit. None. Okay, let's go back. I bet you, well, let's not bet, let's just look. So the goal here, I have other videos showing you a full rundown of this platform. I'm just showing you one quick search, and then we'll look at a couple of properties and make a few calls. And again, I only have one screen here, so if you guys are asking questions, I'm not going to go back and be able to see that for a moment. So have some patience, please. So we got 340 properties that popped up here. The ones in blue are ones that are already active listings. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Actually, no. Let's get a little even more specific here. We want a 3.2 minimum. See what we get. Let's go over here by these listings and let's call around these listings. Let's look at one of these listings actually first, just to get an idea of what's happening. Once again, guys, if you're just tuning in, my name is Jeremy Marquez. You're watching a session of Power Prospecting. This is actually episode number 1. I'm going to do a quick data pull using Porpwire, look at a couple of properties and make some calls with you guys. If you have questions, please chime in. If you want to get on a one-on-one call after this, there's a link to my calendar. Look forward to fielding questions and seeing how I can help you guys increase your results you're getting from your prospecting, right? At the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do. So the program is designed. I do have a white paper on it as well. So if you just want to get a little bit more information before you schedule that consultation, just drop your email and I'll send you over a little bit of info. Or you can just go over to the YouTube channel after this as well, where I have over 100 videos on this, either me making calls live or working with other real estate professionals, commercial brokers, commercial agents, retail agents, and brokers since 2016. Before that, I was working for a IDX website company that specifically sold websites and marketing materials to realtors, to agents, to brokers, to investors. And so I transitioned from that into starting my own thing. And then 2016, fast forward, doing various different stuff within the industry, now another way to be able to what I call collaborate. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to help you guys level up in your business and I'm doing deals as well, it only makes sense to be working with professionals who I've worked with already. And so there are guys that are already going to be in the training, like Otis Washington and a few others that I've worked with over the last couple of years that now also we'll go look at property, potential flip opportunities. And then when we flip something, we need it relisted. People I've worked with in the program are agents that will get these listings, right? My point is it's more of a community type thing, even if we're not working together one-on-one. If I need help with something, say down in Daytona, and Jeff in Daytona just got out of the training 6 months ago, and we have a property that we're looking for, or we need to get something listed, Jeff in Daytona is going to be the one that we're working with, right? So right now, just United States, potentially Canada, but the AI sales solution itself that we will roll out, where you can have your own AI sales platform that comes with coaching and training alongside with it. That's going to be rolled out here within the next 60 days. It's already out, but it's not, market ready to open the box for you yet. I am going to open a couple of seats up because we will need it for a few agents and a few investors to test ride that. For the most part, not a lot of front end investment besides on the, if some deals get closed, just a test run, and then we'll document along the way how that all looks. But let's take a look at this listing here. And I'm just giving you guys a little bit of a, fast forward of what's to come and different things, not only that are in my pipeline, but but just in the industry as a whole. So this one's listed. It's a 3.2. It's listed at 565. Again, this is out in Omaha. Tells us the broker, exceptional properties. They've been on market 24 days. They have a first on it. Not much equity. They're at about 97%. Let's take a quick look though here and see the scenario, because these are the type of ones, no equity, are perfect for a seller finance type opportunity. Because, I mean, let's take a quick look at the debt. So there's a $280,000 debt on the first. It's corporate owned, investor group. They have 4 units out there. They have 2 other rentals around the corner, it looks like, and then maybe an apartment building or a commercial building. And you can skip trace singly, but usually I'll put a batch together and skip trace them all together. Let's pull it up on that listing and look at one of these other properties near it, and then see what it looks like real quick and potentially call. Let's take a look here. The one in the same neighborhood right there. And let's switch up the target real quick. I just want to see what Omaha looks like. What I'm looking at there is the fact that my Wi-Fi is very slow, so I do apologize. But if you're watching live, I do appreciate it. If you're watching a replay, thank you for tuning in. If you have questions, as always, just drop it in the chat and I'll either answer during the stream. And if I don't answer your question during the stream, I will answer, but I'll shoot you an email or reach out personally after. Let's give this one a call. I usually just open up my mobile and call from there on these quick ones. No reason to get the dialer all loaded up. So I know it's a property, it's an investor group. They have 7 properties out there. So I'm coming in with the expectation they might want to do something because they're pretty much at 100% equity, if not more. If anything, we get into a conversation about the other properties they have in their portfolio. And if they're not going to consider selling something, to see if they would consider buying something. To the next. You got to shoot your shot. You don't know unless you pick up the phone. You got to go through the nose to get to the yes. So if you guys want to check out Porpwire, I would suggest using the link that I dropped in the description and get an account set up using that link. There is no cost or credit card to get it started. You only have to pay for it. So check it out. Sometimes when I'm dialing like I just did, like it does help to do a quick Google LLC, and if you know how to navigate corporate, you can just potentially find a name. But again, not important. They're investors. You can get into a conversation with them. 5 years ago, when I first started calling, I saw that LLC, I would get intimidated. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, there's just these are the type of guys. If they have multiple properties, they're selling properties, they're buying properties like people do with cars. Okay, it's just a different way of doing things. It's their market. And so if you're new, especially if you're like an assistant or an ISA, or if you're a new agent, those are the guys, those are people that, you do one transaction with them, and it's people you can work with for very, forever. So call them, even if you don't have a name, call them. Even if they hang up, that's okay. Note it. Call them back in a couple weeks, right? At the end of the day, if your goal is to convert using outbound, you have to get the reps in. Okay, just like with anything that we're doing, I've made, I don't know, countless, hundreds, probably over 100,000 calls, maybe even more, since I've been doing this a very long time. But there's still stuff that you pick up because the mechanics are the same, and some of the language is the same, but everybody's scenario is different, and so you're really coming in to solve a problem. Unless people are truly moving, there's something going on, and a lot of times when they're moving, there's a reason, and so their solution is getting a property sold or one of their assets sold, and so you need to come in with that mindset in consideration of what the other side, what's happening on the other side, and not be robotic about it, right? Get in conversation and be okay with being yourself when you're making these calls, right? Moment here. Let's get this screen on. So you guys give him a call too. No, don't give him a call. Don't give him a call. All right, let's see here. So I showed you what Porpwire looks like, showed you where the link is, how to do a quick little search. And once you get in there, and if we work together or whatever platform you're using, whether that's a Vortex, a Vulcan, the Mojo, or any other data and dialer, they both go together. So it's part of the training. I help get you all that set up, and along the way, that's part of what I'll help you with, you know. And so if you don't have something set up when it comes to pulling data, I'm going to suggest different things. In our initial call, it's more of an exploratory thing, doing an audit of where you're at now. You know, what systems are you using? What target are you going after? What are your results in 2023? And really doing a full audit of your prospecting and marketing process and system, and showing you ideally where we would take from where you are now to get you to a point where you're converting at a high level, to the point where you have to hire an assistant, and potentially an assistant to hire to manage the assistant, right? And then potentially look at growing at a larger scale. And that's the idea, really, is to learn the process, learn the system to enough where you can back up, teach somebody else to where you can scale your business out and operate a business, right? And that's the goal and one of the end results that will happen here. And not only, and then from there, you can opt to fully automate everything besides the human touch that's needed to be able to convert and to be able to close will still be needed. But with the enhancement of the AI sales agents that are in place, there's always going to be a need to like filter some stuff out and potentially into close deals. But as the programs get better, as the technology gets better, and me being a sales guy, I will say that it does make sense for a lot of the front end calls, especially if you're calling through thousands of pieces of data, for an AI sales agent to handle that. And then once it's set up, you're paying, you know, the monthly, and then just like normal phone costs, you know, it's like there's a cost for that as well. It's like having a phone line. I was part of a demonstration last week where the AI sales agent called for almost 3 hours straight, and the gentleman presenting it, sitting there talking about it while it was happening, and as something he would do he was doing a screen share, and I'll do one of those with you guys when it gets rolled out on our end. Over the almost 3 hours, it contacted over 1,000 pieces of data, so 1,000 leads, got into almost 50 conversations, and there was actually 2 solid positive results that came out of it. 40 to 50 conversations, but then 2 positive results. And who knows, you know, so you can have a few of those going at a time while you're dealing with your clients, or you're showing a property, or you're doing you're taking your daughter to a recital, right? These are the type of things that are capable. Now it's just fine tuning within your business to be able to automate and level up what you're doing with allowing technology to do what it does. Because here's the thing, if you're not doing it, your competitor will be. I can guarantee you. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're not using technology to the fullest, and that includes AI, it includes, you know, everything that will be rolled out in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, we adapt. That's what must do. It's kind of like 99, 98. I was talking about 98 a little while ago when we would get America Online, the little CDs in the mail with our free trial. And some people still didn't even know about it, but some people were jumping onto it. And then, excuse me, I just got a DM, which was distracting. I got to shut those off next time I go live. So fast forward, everything's on the internet now, right? It went from the 1997 to 98 AOL dial-up to everything being ran on the web to now AI emerging, even though we've been using like text AI for a long time, finish your Grammarly and things like that. The full where we are now, but even the progression from where we are now, like the technology is already in place. It's just going to be rolled out. But that's at a meta scale. But now it's very important to have somebody on your side, as part of our program as well, that's taking these tools and integrating them into specific niches and within the industry. Because great, oh yeah, we know what's out there, but how is it going to enhance me working with more sellers? How is it going to enhance me selling 100 properties in 2024, right? Because really, great, all these bells and whistles, I know that you really don't care. It's important to know what you're paying for, but what you care about is at the end of the day, the results that you're going to get. Okay. And so part of the program is guiding you through that process. So again, making sure that you still have a quality of life to where you're not in there tooling with stuff. It's automated and you're doing what you're good at, right? You're face-to-face with your clients, you're showing property, you're with your family. So if you guys want to learn more about the program, just jump on the calendar. I'm going to be doing these pretty often, a few times a day. Only 1 o'clock today. I'm going to be making some more calls a little bit later in prime time. We'll probably go live at about 6, and hopefully you guys can join me. Thank you.